Hello everyone and welcome back to Studio 21.
We've got a great show for you today, famous celebrity gossipers and world-renowned movie reviewers.
I'm pretty sure we do not have those accolades.
Shh, they don't know that.
Anyways, enjoy the show. Good afternoon, girlies. As always, I am your host, Nate.
And I'm Mary Katherine.
Wow, really? I didn't know if you've ever said your name before out loud. I'm pleased to meet you, Mary Courtney, was it?
I just enjoy sharing this segment with you, Mark.
Hey, even without knowing each other's names, we're still a better duo than Release Date, am I right?
Couldn't agree more. Zain and John, more like bad reviewer and worst reviewer.
Oof, we're just messing around here. It's all love, just kindling a little fire for today's friendly competition.
Let's get started with the gossip today. Starting strong, Olivia Rodrigo is finally teasing out her third album.
She started by changing her website's color from purple to pink over a couple of days, which I guess might not sound like a big deal. But after almost 1,000 days between music releases, her fans were kind of going crazy for every little thing.
Walls in cities across the world were also painted and repainted every day from purple to pink with a new logo.
Olivia also did an interview with British Vogue, marking the real beginning of a new press tour. In the interview, she spoke on what the new album would contain, her love of London, and even her relationship with Sabrina Carpenter.
For a while, fans were positive that her third album would be her big happy love album because of her relationship with Louis Partridge. However, rumors circulated a couple months ago that the two broke up. Olivia did not comment on her relationship, but did say that the album is full of sad love songs and that all of her favorite romantic love songs were beautiful because they had a tinge of fear or yearning in them.
On a slightly more positive note, Olivia also said that she and Sabrina have talked many times. She praised Sabrina's recent albums as well.
The world is healed. No more pop girl drama. It is all peace and love.
People have been pitting Olivia and Sabrina against each other for 5 years. The pitchforks can officially be put down now and turn to something else.
Whoa, aggressive. Who are we pitchforking?
I'm a pacifist. I would never. There are crazy things happening, though, with the 2026 bachlorette season.
3 days ago, before the premiere of the show, the entire season was canceled as a domestic violence investigation concerning the bachelorette Taylor Frankie Paul and her ex-boyfriend Dakota Mortensen.
A video was released of Paul throwing a chair at Mortensen in front of their young daughter.
The investigation is still ongoing as there is a contradicting amounts of the events in their relationship.
Yeah, kind of hard to make any jokes about this one. Not a lot of positives, except for there not being another season of The Bachelorette.
Bit of troubling news to end our segment, but that's what we do here on Gossip Guru. We give it to y'all straight.
Unless we made all of this up. You don't have any idea.
But we didn't! Enjoy the rest of the episode. Next up, we are diving into the part of the look seen at Milan Fashion Week.
You can check out the full review on our YouTube channel, but today we're focusing on Gucci.
Today, I'm talking about Milan Fashion Week, and I'm very excited to do it. So let's get started. So I'm going to be talking about 3 shows because there's so many that if I talked about all of them, this video would be much longer. So I'm going to be talking about the 3 that I thought compared best to each other. First of all, we're going to be talking about Gucci, and then we'll move on to Prada, and then Ferragamo. Oh, and by the way, keep in mind, this whole piece is completely opinion-based, so if you have another opinion, don't come after me. Thank you. Gucci, for me, they had very simplistic, very classic fashion show vibes, and I liked it a lot. I would say there were some things that I wish they had done differently. Like, I wish there was more innovation to the outfits. It felt more like bringing back things from past collections, which is always, like, it's a nice thing to do, but I think they did a little too much of that. The makeup was very smoky, very, like, 90s supermodel. Really enjoyed that. I thought it went well with the looks. A lot of the outfits were either leather or form-fitting, which was fine. I guess. I wish there was more variety. I put a few timestamps that I wanted to talk about specifically for the looks. So I'll put videos up on the screen. I'll put videos up on the screen over this way so you can see. At 11:23, I love that look so much. I love how they did the holding her glove detail. I thought it was a brilliant idea. It looked gorgeous. The dress was great. It was giving very old money to me in like the best way possible. And I liked a lot of the details on that look. Okay, at 13:59, I had written that they did a really nice styling of their turtleneck. There was a turtleneck with like a fur collar, and I thought it was really nice. But the thing is, I thought it was better than the look because they had that same fur look like a few looks previous to it. And I don't think they styled it very well with the collar and that look, but I think they did it, like, it looked really nice with the turtleneck. Oh, yes. Okay, at 17:28, I think it's actually 17:43, that was my fave look of the whole show. I absolutely loved it. The styling was so good, and it just gave, like, crystal ball, like, disco, like, gorge, and there were so many sparkles, sequins, details. The makeup and hair was perfect with the look, which is like, when I evaluate a fashion show, I always have to evaluate it with the hair and makeup in mind because it really does make the look. Oh yeah, I did also make a note of the fact that I really did not like the fanny packs, but that's probably just an individual thing since this is an opinion piece. So overall, I really did like it. I thought it was fine for what it is. And I thought they did a really good job with elegance and silhouettes. I liked that Kate Moss finished out the show too. That was really nice. So I gave Gucci a 7 out of 10 on my scale. I thought they did really well. I think I just would have liked to see a bit more innovation. But other than that, really nice.
Welcome back to Release Date.
We first want to emphasize something brought up by our friends over at Gossip Guru. Our names are not Bad Reviewer and Worst Reviewer.
Yeah, I'm John.
And I'm Zain. I feel better after clearing that up. Today's Release Date takes a look at the 2014 film Nightcrawler, directed by Dan Gilroy and starring Jake Gyllenhaal. The film follows Louis Bloom, a small-time criminal who stumbles into the world of freelance crime journalism in Los Angeles. Armed with a camcorder and a police scanner, Lou spends his nights chasing accidents, crimes, and tragedies, selling the footage to local news stations for profit.
What makes Lou so unsettling isn't just what he does, it's how he thinks. He speaks like someone who learned how to be human from online business courses, delivering rehearsed, almost robotic lines about ambition and success. He understands how to act human, but not why people act the way they do. There's no empathy behind it, just strategy. And that's what allows him to succeed. As Lou climbs higher, he begins manipulating crime scenes, withholding information, and even putting people in danger, all to get better footage. But the film makes it clear that he's not operating alone. The news station he works with actively encourages this behavior, prioritizing violent, attention-grabbing stories because they drive ratings. The result is a system where truth becomes secondary to engagement. That's where Nightcrawler feels especially relevant today. Lou operates almost like an algorithm, learning what gets attention, refining his approach, and pushing further each and every time. The more extreme the content, the more successful he becomes. By the end of the film, Lou doesn't face consequences. He expands his business. And that's the real point. Nightcrawler isn't just about one man. It's about a system that rewards people like him, where ambition without empathy isn't punished. It's profitable.
I happen to think this is a very solid film. I've seen it twice and would definitely recommend it. Next up, a personal favorite of mine that just got a 4K restoration, an IMAX release, and a standard re-release, Kiki's Delivery Service.
Kiki's Delivery Service, originally released in 1989, was directed by Hayao Miyazaki for Studio Ghibli. The film follows Kiki, a young witch who must leave home for a year and move to a new town to see what life is like being a witch on her own. Kiki is accompanied by her talking black cat Gigi and finds herself living with a couple who runs a bakery, starting a delivery service that starts just delivering their baked goods but expanding to all sorts of different deliveries.
I should clarify before I start that I haven't actually seen the new restoration of the film yet, and thus can't really speak to its quality. That being said, if G-Kids restorations of Princess Mononoke, Perfect Blue, and Angel's Egg are anything to base it off of, and I have a good feeling they are, I'm sure it's gorgeous and the definitive way to watch the film. Now, as for the film itself, I adore it. Like many of Miyazaki's films, this is a highly rewatchable film. I've seen it 5 times and plan to watch it many, many more times. It's so rewatchable, my mom has not only watched it twice, but 3 times, and it takes an act of God to get her to rewatch a movie. The narrative of the film, I think, is extremely compelling. While it does follow the hero's journey narrative archetype pretty much to the letter, it does so in such an effective and highly engaging way that its narrative simplicity isn't a problem, it's one of the film's greatest strengths, which is something Miyazaki specializes in. This film's narrative success also can be mostly attributed to how great all of the characters are. Every single character in this movie, even the very minor ones with barely any screen time, have incredibly distinctive personalities, great dynamics between each other, and are utilized with maximum narrative efficiency. I sincerely adore all the characters in this film so much. I also think this is one of the funniest of Miyazaki's films, which is primarily due to the great dialogue between the characters. The film is also really good at increasing the stakes as it progresses, both internally for the characters as well as externally with what's going on with the events in the world. And, though this probably goes without saying if you know anything about Miyazaki's films, it's absolutely gorgeous and some of the finest hand-drawn animation ever put on screen. There are several shots from this film that I've internalized forever because of how beautiful they are. I truly, really don't have anything bad to say about this film. It's a super solid movie, and it's stunningly beautiful, and you can't go wrong with it. Plus, I think this is a relatively lower-tier Miyazaki film, which just goes to show how incredible of a director he is if a movie this great is one of his lesser films. Check out the new restoration in theaters if you can. I know I will be.
Now, on the topic of reviews, we have another one for you. Please enjoy Sam's review of the country music genre.
Country music gets a bad rep. Not without reason, to be fair, as many country artists and country songs represent values that aren't supported in modern-day society anymore. However, that isn't all that country music is. To judge an entire genre and culture just based on the Morgan Wallens and Jason Aldeans is without seeing the full picture. There is so much more to country music than the political values of a few of its stars. It might sound like I have a twang of subjectivity in this. I do. I was born and raised on country music. To this day, it continues to be my favorite genre, and what I listen to most frequently. My goal today is to convince you that country music really isn't all that bad, and I'm attempting to do this by highlighting one of my favorite parts of the genre, small country music shows. I am a lover of small venue shows. You won't find better places to see high-quality performances for low cost. Some of the most talented artists I have ever seen have been at shows with less than 100 or a few hundred people. Wasn't she amazing? I love Caitlin Butts. It's not just me who loves these either. One of my lovely friends was unwillingly subjected to his first country show last year because I needed someone to drive me there. We saw Ella Langley of You Look Like You Love Me. She does it better than I do. Fame.
So I told him, excuse me, you look like you love me.
At John T. Floor's country store in Helotes on her first headlining tour. Though he didn't know any of the songs, Ella put on an incredible performance in an iconic country venue, and he couldn't help but fall in love with country music, not Ella Langley. Don't believe me? Let's ask him.
Since going to my first country show, I feel like I've just grown to appreciate country music a lot more, because before that, kind of my only exposure to country music was like country radio, which isn't always the best. And so I kind of built up this like idea of what country music was like in my mind, but going to shows actually showed me that it's not all the same and that it can be really creative and awesome to listen to. And the atmosphere at country music shows is also just something that I don't think you get in a lot of other music genres.
As you can see, at least 2 really cool people love a good small country show. Plus, we've both been lucky enough to meet one of our favorite artists, Caitlin Butts, twice. I've been able to meet other artists at small shows as well. You just don't get that kind of interaction in large venues, even if you pay a couple $100s and camp out for a barricade view. Of course, it would be rude to totally discount large venue shows. You can't single-handedly control an artist's fame. As much as I would love to see Zach Bryan in an intimate 20-person show, he has a couple more fans than that. And his show at NRG was fantastic. There is something to be said about the camaraderie of a large show. Having 60,000 people singing the same songs together is always such a special, unbelievable moment. Seeing Luke Combs live at ACL was an incredible moment for me, and I had a great time. It is worth noting, though, that the only video I have from the concert is marred by a lady around me screaming that she thought some guy peed on her because she got sprayed with water by an ACL employee trying to keep the crowd cool. I can't say that I am any kind of expert in concerts. My first was literally the Eras Tour 3 years ago. But I love live music. I think experiencing it for yourself is one of the greatest things that you can do. And as famous artist shows are becoming more and more expensive, perhaps turn to a small show near you. You'll be surprised at how much talent you can see just down the road.
That we like to call a little friendly competition.
This is a cutthroat competition where the winner gets $1 million.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you guys didn't hear?
Yeah, we didn't hear because we weren't told. That's not a thing.
Why are we doing this then?
For ultimate bragging rights. Duh.
Well, I guess that's fine too.
Maybe let's just get into the questions. Gossip Guru is winning 2-1, and we must redeem ourselves.
All right, go ahead. Get it over with.
Why are you so negative? Maybe this will be something you know about.
Yeah, I wonder why.
It's not something you know about, but...
Okay, all right. So, what is the name of Olivia Rodrigo's debut album?
Wait, okay, I shouldn't know this, but I think I know this. Wait,
You got so excited. Don't whisper to me. I don't know. This is all you, man.
Why are you whispering? It's like if you say it, we're not gonna...
Is it sour? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is. Good work, good work.
Cool. Yeah, that was actually on the list, the 500 list.
Oh,
crap.
okay, all right.
We were just talking about Rolling Stone's 500 albums list. The magazine, not the band, of course.
Yeah. Thanks for
But we were
clarifying.
just talking about that during the break.
All right.
Because we're real people.
We're not.
So, for our question, how many seasons of The Bachelorette have there been?
There's like 31. There's like so many.
Why is... That one's so much harder.
Dude.
I don't write them.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, Zain.
Thank God.
Believe me, I'm not mad at you.
I can
I've never been mad at you.
I can hear the women in my family back home yelling.
Is this in the script? Is it like... I thought it was like 18. I thought that was the
18?
number that we had.
Not like 28?
I feel like 28's a lot.
I feel like there is a
I
lot.
don't think that show's been happening since the 90s, though, right? That's
No.
what we have to think about.
It started in like, what, the early 2000s?
Yeah, so
And I mean,
18 puts that within range, right? It's 2008.
did it start in 2008?
That's my guess. And, I mean, you cut out COVID years, probably you lose 2, so maybe it started in 2006. That's when I was born. But yeah,
Wow.
I'm going to say 18 because, and you can, are you okay with that?
I don't agree with you, but I honestly, I feel like it's more. I feel like it, like 23 at least.
Okay. Do you want to bump it up?
Yeah, I want to bump it up.
Are you sure?
Yes, this is gonna be like the Olympics one. Oh my God, we're bumping it up.
Can we do 21?
21. Let's do 21.
We'll do 21.
You're right. I'm not joking. You actually got it right.
That's crazy.
Oh! Payback.
That's insane.
That's logic right there. Okay.
Man. Well, that's all we have for you today on Studio 21.
Be sure to tune in next week for another fantastic show.
That's insane. That's crazy.